Hey guys, my name's Jen Shock and I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, and I really feel honored because Lacey asked us to make a video for you guys. She's like, y'all aren't diamonds yet, but well, she thinks we're diamonds, but and I feel honored that she thinks we are, but she asked Heather and I to make a video for you guys of our own documentary. So I'm calling this my Emerald documentary, and I'm actually out walking with my son as he's riding his bike on this beautiful Tuesday morning. And I'll just share with you guys as quickly as possible, my journey over the last 2 years. I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary this month, just a couple weeks ago, and I definitely got more than I ever imagined with Plexus. I did not sign up in April of 2014 for a business. I was a retail store manager of a store called Alumni Hall, a college store, and I absolutely loved it. Football was my passion, college sports were my passion, and I was a store manager there for about 4 years. And I truly loved it. I had met some of the greatest people ever, built some of the best relationships with the people I worked with my customers. I just loved what I did. And I think if you love what you do, you don't really feel like it's a job so much. But when you're working 50 plus hours a week, it can get a little overwhelming at times, especially being a mom of 2. So when I started Plexus, it wasn't for the business. Like I said, I joined as a wholesale ambassador to get my products cheaper, and I also wanted to earn enough just to cover the cost of my products because we were buying our very first home in May, and I knew that we didn't have the money to afford the products every month. Our new mortgage payment was going to be about $500 more than our rent, and I remember the day that my welcome pack came in the mail. I hadn't even told my husband that I had joined, and he got it and he was like, "What's this?" I told him it's that stuff that Jennifer's doing, my cousin, and my best friend Renee had just joined. So I said, I want to give it a try. I had been stuck at the same weight for 8 months. Back then, Plexus was really all about weight loss. And it's not that we didn't know about gut health, but it just wasn't our primary focus where it is now. And I had already lost over 25 pounds on my own, but I knew I wanted to lose just a little bit more. I'd gone from a 14 to an 8. And with the help of Plexus, I went from an 8 to a 4 in just about 6 months' time that I had gone down that size. And it didn't happen overnight, but it did help. I was already active. I was already, watching my portions, watching what I was eating. And so Plexus did help in that area. But what I didn't realize that it was going to help with was the way I felt physically, as far as like my inside health, my gut health. I did not realize that the reason I was sick all the time was because of poor gut health. And since Plexus, where I used to be in the doctor's office about every other month, you see I have like the worst allergies ever. I have not been to the doctor but one time in the last 2 years, which is huge for me. Okay, buddy, I'm going to come sit right here with you. Sorry, guys. I am playing on the playground with my son, who I get the privilege of being home with now. But anyway, so back to my story, back to my journey. I did not realize all of this stuff was going to happen for my health and everything. But because I fell in love with the products, because I had seen not only what it was doing for myself, but for so many others. Like even just the small victories of being able to give up Diet Cokes. That's what my best friend, that was her weakness. She could not stop Diet Cokes. And because of Plexus, she was able to actually stop drinking Diet Cokes. She had more energy for her kids too, just like I was getting more energy for my kids. Like I said, I was a retail store manager, so it was tough. But here's what I didn't expect. I signed up for a wholesale discount. I didn't sign up for a business. My very first month, I made enough not only to cover the cost of my products, but to also pay our car payment. So I set a little bit bigger goal, and that goal was to be able to pay the difference in our rent versus our mortgage payment, which was roughly about $500. Our first mortgage payment was going to be due in July. I joined April 5th. Had never even tried the products when I joined, but I just knew that they were going to work because I saw that they were working for my cousin, for my friend Kara, who's also our upline, and then for Renee. And so July came around, our first mortgage payment came around, and my June paycheck from Plexus not only covered the difference in our mortgage versus our rent, but it covered our entire first mortgage payment, which was huge for us. When you have struggled as a single mom and struggled even as a couple, living paycheck to paycheck, you know how it is when you've got 2 kids and just busting your booty to get things done, make ends meet. That was the turning point when I knew that I had something special with Plexus. I was a gold ambassador. I ranked up to gold in about 2.5 months, and then I ranked up to gold in about 4.5 months. I did all of this while I worked full time. Like I said, I was going, actually, when I ranked senior gold was in August of 2014. And if anybody knows what August is in, sports world, it is the beginning of football season. And my work was crazy. I worked 6 days a week. My only day off was Sunday, and that was my family day. So I literally fit Plexus into the little nooks and crannies of my life. I would spend 15 minutes in the morning replying to messages, 15 to 30 minutes at night replying to messages, sending out messages, following up, making my daily 1 to 2 posts on Facebook every single day. And I did that, and I still do that. But within 8 months, Plexus allowed me to quit the job that I so passionately loved, but allowed me to be a first-time stay-at-home mom. And y'all, I can't tell you what a huge blessing that is. I never dreamed I'd be a stay-at-home mom. Never even thought I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But the fact that I can now, I wouldn't have it any other way. Here I am, like, getting to play on the playground with this little guy. I get to go surprise my oldest, Caden, at school for lunch all the time. I get to be that mom who doesn't have to ask off, who doesn't have to miss the important things at their school. I'm like the only mom in Cooper, my little one right here. He goes to preschool Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm like the only mom who comes to every single party there is at school, or who comes to the triathlon that they're going to have tomorrow at school. I don't have to miss those important moments. And for the first time in my life, y'all, we're not struggling. We're able to give more than we've ever given before. If somebody is in need or whatever it is, I'm able to send them a check in the mail, PayPal them some money, whatever it is, because I just never had that ability before. I didn't have the extra funds to do that kind of stuff. And I don't even have to think about it. If one of my friends was going through a tough time, and I came together at Christmas, and with the help of some others, we provided gift cards and some extra cash for her for Christmas. Y'all, it just means the world to me to be able to do that kind of stuff now, where I know I couldn't do it before. I was that person who probably needed handouts and all of that stuff, and I robbed Peter to pay Paul. And now I just don't have to. And it's not even about the money, you guys, but the freedom that we have that we didn't have before. We would go on vacations, maybe a weekend getaway, somewhere, 4 hours away, like Gatlinburg. And now we were able to go to New York City this past October, along with the free trip we went to Washington, D.C. with Plexus. I was able to take my kids to Disney the year before, all because of Plexus. I won the trip there, and so Plexus paid for it all, and my kids got to experience Disney for the very first time. Y'all, so don't take this opportunity lightly. It has hands down been the biggest blessing for my family and so many of my friends and family. So I hope you guys are a little encouraged by that. I hope you guys believe that with all your heart that you can do this. And I can't wait to watch your documentaries one day and follow you on your journey. I hope y'all have a great and blessed day. Talk to you soon.